Whoa! Oh no, I got tripped. Even though it's pretty obvious I took a dive. Oh no. But because I get paid a crap load of money, I can totally do that. Hey, what's up? That was kind of lame, I know. Mario here, otherwise known as Y2M on the interwebs. And that's just a small example of what happened during the Portugal versus Ivory Coast game. Before I get into that, though, let me tell you what Day 5 was like, okay? Low scoring. In fact, that seems to be the theme of this year's World Cup. With the exception of the Germany versus Australia game, in which Germany pounded the Australians 4-0, each and every game has so far been like very low scoring, like either 0-0 draws, 1-1 draws, 1-0, maybe the most 2-0 wins, 2-1 maybe. I don't know. I mean, what's up, man? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm all for, like, competition and making it hard to make goals and all that stuff, but, I mean, when, like, the powerhouses can't even make freaking a smorgasbord of goals, I don't know. It's just kind of a little bothersome. Anyway, first off, let's get to that first game of the day, which was the New Zealand versus Slovakia. Yeah, Slovakia match. It was pretty good. Slovakia was pretty much a little more aggressive out of the two teams. They wasted a lot of chances, though, and it ended up costing them in the end. However, they did manage to get a goal in, and it looked like it was all over. It looked like they were going to get away with the minimum win of 1-0, and the Kiwis, well, it was their first World Cup, and no one would have blamed them if they lost. However, that's not what the Kiwis thought. They had other ideas, because in the 93rd minute, pretty much 3 minutes into injury time, just when the whistle was about to be blown, Winston Reid makes a bang-on header and ties the game and ends the game in a 1-1 draw, and gives New Zealand a point that they will really need, considering that they have to deal with the likes of Paraguay and Italy. But I knew these guys, the All Whites, New Zealand, I knew these guys had a lot of heart and a lot of soul, and I knew they just wouldn't throw in the towel. Congratulations to them. And you know what? I understand that Reid got carded because of delay of game, I'm sure. Because as soon as he made the goal, they celebrated. He took off his shirt and ran off into the stands, and it was like they took like a minute and a half and celebrate. I mean, dude, give him a break. I mean, the game was practically over anyways, and this is their first World Cup appearance, and they're since like 1982, and they didn't do so well back then. Here they managed to hold their own, got a valuable point, made a goal that saved the game. Let the guy have his moment. You know, I was feeling great for him, and I just thought, you know, whatever, that yellow card was stupid. So congrats to New Zealand for holding up, and I hope that spunk of yours carries on into the next two games, because it's only going to get harder from here. The Portugal versus Ivory Coast game, well, it was boring. It was boring. It was like, I mean, it was just like, oh, I'll do this, or oh, I'll do that, and then Cristiano Ronaldo, that guy, it's a little overhyped if you ask me. He kept on diving. It's like, dude, he got carded because he dived, and then he got aggressive with like one of the Ivory Coast players, and I'm like, dude, man, maybe you should stop diving. I mean, it's kind of lame. I mean, especially when it was obvious. It was so obvious he was diving. I mean, the defending player wasn't nowhere near him, and he was like, whoa, foul. You know, it just, that pretty much was a sign of how bad this game was. Where the crowd was doing multiple waves, and, you know, it was pathetic. It was like, I expected, considering that they're part of the group of death, which is turning out to be anything but, I really would have thought the goals would be scored here. But it ended in a 0-0 draw. Anyway, interesting note, speaking of the group of death, North Korea versus Brazil. That game was interesting. North Korea was smart enough to realize that they can't match Brazil in terms of attacking, so they went on all defense. and basically frustrate Brazil in the first half, allow them to make no goals. Eventually, though, Brazil got smart and got a little foot fancy and managed to make 2 goals. But here's the thing. They couldn't stop North Korea from making 1 goal. And yeah, Brazil did win, but not overwhelming like I thought, like, well, most anybody would think. I mean, it just... I'm sure the Brazilians are still feeling pretty sour about it, but there you go. I mean, that's what you get when you're overconfident, and that's what you get when you underestimate even a team like North Korea. Now, the point is, Brazil still did win and still got their 3 points, but as far as their ability is concerned, it's up in the air right now. Who knows what will happen in the so-called group of death. Anyway, 3 more games tomorrow. We have Group H, Honduras versus Chile, and I'm going to go ahead and say that the South Americans will take tomorrow's game, hopefully. You know, let's not make it a 0-0 draw, please. And Spain versus Switzerland. I'm going to go ahead and say Spain will take this. Spain is awesome. They're number 2, and they're going to take it. I hope I don't get disappointed like I did in the Portugal-Ivory Coast game. That was just... Anyway, that's all I have for you for... Oh, and of course, the third game tomorrow, before I forget, is the host nations making their second game appearance. South Africa taking on Uruguay. Now, Uruguay tied with the French, and South Africa tied with the Mexicans, so it'll be interesting to see who can actually pull off a win here. I'm rooting for the South Africans, though I'm going in with guarded optimism. We'll see what happens tomorrow. And here's hoping there's actually a winner. More winners. I would like to see more winners and less draws. Yeah? Maybe? Huh? Alright guys, that's it for now. I'll see you tomorrow. Till next time, right to I'm out.